If you suffered terrible, disfiguring injuries as a result of your doctor's carelessness, are you now going to have to show the defense attorney the extent of your injuries and show him exactly what you look like now when you are questioned at your pretrial deposition? You want to know the answer? Come join me on this walk as I share with you the answer to that question. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. And in case you're wondering, this is simply a microphone with a windscreen on it, so you don't hear the wind. No, it's not something growing out of my neck. Okay, so let's get back to the title of this video. If you suffer terrible injuries that are clearly disfiguring, you have scarring, you have bad injuries, and now you go ahead with your deposition, are you going to have to show the defense attorney how badly you are injured? Are you going to have to take off your clothes and show the lawyer exactly what these injuries look like? The answer is not during the course of your questioning. First of all, a deposition is a question and answer session that's given under oath. And in pre-COVID times, this would take place typically in your attorney's office. Now, during COVID times, this typically takes place over a Zoom video call. There's no judge present and there's no jury present. But there is a court stenographer on the video call to record all of the questions you are being asked and all of the answers that you give. And the answers that you give actually represent your sworn testimony and carries the same exact weight as if you are testifying at the time of trial. Many times the defense attorney turns to the injured patient and says, "Hey, Mr. Jones, roll up your sleeves, let me see your injuries." Or, "Show me your injuries on your leg, I want to see what they look like." And you know what I say to that? Absolutely not. Now, why is that? Why would I not allow you, the injured patient, to go ahead and to show the defense lawyer your injuries during the course of your deposition? What harm is there, you might think? Shouldn't the defense lawyer know exactly what your injuries look like? The answer is yes. The defense lawyer actually has a right and an obligation to go ahead and see what your injuries look like. However, the deposition is not the time to do that. Now, why is that? It's because the defense attorney is not a physician. The defense attorney has no ability or capability to go ahead and understand the true extent of your injuries. Simply looking at your injuries or the sequelae of what your injuries have resulted in and how badly they look and how disfigured you are, that means nothing to the defense attorney. Why? Because he's not a qualified physician. The only reason the defense attorney wants to go ahead and see what your injuries look like during your deposition is so that he can write a report back to the insurance company to tell him how horrible your injuries look, or just the opposite, that your injuries don't look bad at all. And in that instance, hey, what's the big deal? We'll go to trial. The jury will never recognize or see that your injuries are that bad. The problem with that is that this defense attorney is not a physician. He has not taken the time to examine you. He does not understand the implications of what your injuries are, how badly they have affected you, whether they are permanent, whether there's any way to fix them, whether there's any way to make it better. He just wants a quick look to see whether or not there is shock value to your injuries. Are they as horrendous as you make them out to be? If you're wearing shorts and walking down the street, is somebody going to look at it and say, "Oh my God, that's horrible"? Or are they going to have to look closely to see that you even have an injury? That makes a difference. But I will not allow my client to go ahead and begin disrobing during the course of questioning. That's an inappropriate effort by the defense attorney to try and get to see exactly what your injuries look like. So then how does the defense attorney actually learn or get to see what your injuries look like? I'll tell you how. With photographs or with video. You will take photographs or your doctor will take photographs. And then we can take those photos and send them off to the defense attorney and say, "Look, here is exactly what these injuries look like." And now during your deposition, the defense attorney can take out those photographs and ask you questions about it. "Okay, Mr. Jones, your attorney has provided a photograph to me showing the extent of your injuries. When were these taken? Who took these? Under what circumstances were they taken? Were they a week after the injury? Were they a month after? Were they a year after? Tell me about them." And now you are going to have to answer questions about the photographs, which is absolutely fine. And we're going to show him a series of photographs showing how your injuries have evolved over time. Or it might be videos, and the same thing. He's going to ask you questions about each and every one of them. And why would he do that? Because he has to understand exactly what you went through. You see, he wasn't with you when this injury happened. He doesn't know exactly what problems you have as a result of what was done wrong to you. So now he's going to learn that information from you, the injured patient. And by doing that, he gets a better sense of truly what injuries you have now, what problems you had before, and what limitations or restrictions you have on your everyday activities. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you just to give you a sense of what really happens in these medical malpractice cases in New York. You know, I recognize you likely have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen in New York and you're thinking about bringing a lawsuit but haven't done so yet because you still have questions that need to be answered, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. You know, I answer questions like yours every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at Oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.